Hello, it's Thursday, May 20th. I just came home from work. On the way home, I stopped at Home Depot and I bought this hose. It's the same as the last one I bought. And I use this stuff for the air conditioner drain lines, which got a piece of it hanging down right there. That's the drain line for the air conditioner here and the air conditioner up front, and there's another drain line on the other side. It's some good stuff. I like it. It's easy to work with, and it was cheaper to buy a whole garden hose than to buy hose by the foot. I don't need 50 feet of this stuff, but it was, I think it was like 21 bucks for 25 feet and $5 more for twice as much. So I bought the 50 footer, and we're gonna start messing with that. And this came today. These are DOT approved air brake hose fittings. Look how beefy those things are, man. So it occurred to me today on the way home from work, actually, that I probably should have tested what I'm getting ready to do with the one fitting that I have before I went and bought all these damn things. But I think we're going to be fine. So maybe we'll be able to mess with this stuff pretty soon. All right, so I tried using pliers and I almost had it, but then it just broke. The easy way is to just put a punch in there. I got a punch that fits right in there and knocked it out with one hit. So now let's see if he's gonna fit in there. Look at that. That's like it's made for it. And this will fit there. So let's give that a test fit. Holy cow, that is really nice. All right, here's our nut. Fits on there like it's made for it. Here's our ferrule. Fits on there like it's made for it. Here's our sleeve or tube support. I can't do this with one hand, hold on. All right, Houston, we got a problem. Geez, I can't believe this happened. These look like they're number 8 per ½ inch. So, gosh darn it. These are the exact same size as the ones that come for DOT brake, number 8, which is ½ inch. And that's why they look such a similar size. This is what I need. It's a different standard or something. It's just a freaking little bit smaller. This is a fitting I bought from Home Depot. That's a number 8. It's ½ inch. This does fit in the pecs. So I'd probably have to go to the hardware store to get these. These are like home hardware, and the ones I bought are probably like industrial. I don't know. But all right, that doesn't fit in there. The flare thing is too big. I'm gonna have to grind that down here, but that will fit in there. Again, I can't do it with one hand, but I know that fits. All right, so I'm gonna have to get some of these again, and gosh darn it. So I can't do that today. We'll do something else. All right. All right, so I just kind of trying to figure out what to do here today, but I just verified something that's kind of interesting, that the thread on the compression side right here is identical on both of these. The nut can go on either one. They just screw right on there perfectly, and the ferrule looks to be the same on at least the one side. This one's kind of flared so it doesn't come out of the nut. The only difference dimensionally for hose wise, that is. It's the size of the tube sleeve or tube support. But look, here's the main thing I wanted to share with you. Look at the difference in the beefiness of these things. It's the next size wrench. I forget what size it was. I think this was, I don't think that's 7/8. I think that's 3/4. This must be 13/16. All right. And look at this side of the fitting, the difference. It's way, way beefier. So yeah, I'm happy with the direction we're going so far. And the ferrule on these is two-sided. It crimps on both sides. So as the nut goes down in there, that side crimps and that side crimps. I'm not so sure about this. That might be flat on the back. I know how I could tell. Oh well, I thought I was going to be able to, this is my little test guy here. I thought I was going to be able to push this back off the ferrule, but I can't do it, especially with 9 fingers. Okay, let's check what's going on here, man. These things are just not. All right, this measures 0.349, and this one measures 0.372. So that's 23 thousandths of an inch difference. I think I could stretch the PEX tube for that to fit for 20 thousandths of an inch, man. Come on. So I brought my tapered punch, and I'm gonna give it a shot, man. See if I can do this with 9 fingers. Jesus, can't work. I got it in just like part way, but the ferrule, the tolerance in the ferrule is so close, it won't, I don't think I could get that to go over. Gosh. All right, man, so done for the night. Let me show you what I got done here. So I got this slot. I went with a slot so I could remove this shelf without disconnecting the gas pipe if I ever need to, for maintenance below here. I cut this little notch. Our PEX pipe is going to go in there, and also an electric wire is going to be coming from our pump down there, and that electric wire is going to go up into this chase. We're going to be tying into a little bit further down the negative and positive in this wire, back over here, and in this panel we're going to have a waterproof switch, and that switch will be a turn on and off this pump. What else we got done? Oh, the best part of the whole thing, I installed T-nuts, and I'll show you what those are. It'd be easier to show you this one. Those things. All right, so I took my 7/8 speed bore, and I drilled a hole to the depth of this, just a hair deeper than the thickness of this outer flange piece. Then I drilled it with a 3/8 hole, and then I countersunk it, because this is the other side of this has got a little bit of a radius. And now what I've got in there is I've got a set screw in there. Okay. So that set screw is going to poke through this hole right here, and it's going to press on this piece of steel that's right here that I slipped in there in 4 places. That's 16 gauge steel. It's pretty thick stuff. So that's going to push this. That's going to push this water heater up against this side, and the sides are captive in the groove there and in this angle, which is screwed to the bottom. So we'll be able to kind of smash the styrofoam using an Allen wrench. There, see? Snug it up. And then if we ever need to remove it, we can just back these screws out. And I did the same thing at the top. Got 4 screws. Got a piece of steel in there that I can't pull out right now because it's kind of snug, but all right, 16 gauge steel. This one I left a little bit wider. I'm not convinced that I'm okay with that. It's going over the top of this, which doesn't really matter, but I've got wires here, so I mean everything is kind of cool being the bigger size. I left it bigger just in case this thing kind of walked around or something. I wouldn't have to worry about aligning the area to the screws. Oh yeah, I put a groove in here too. This is for our 12-volt wiring, which operates the gas valve in there, the ignition, the high voltage ignition spark, which that cable is actually not in here yet. And what else? There's a ground. There's 2 grounds actually. I might be removing. One of them is a ground for the 120 volts to ground this to stop from electrocution, I guess. And the other ground is the negative circuit for the 12 volt circuit there. And let's see. Then we got hot. I forget what. Oh, the brown is the one that fires off the gas valve inside there. And then all that is connected to this plug, which goes to the electronic ignition box. And we got a blue wire that comes out here. That is it comes hot for an indicator light. I don't really know what the indicator light does. Just tell us it's on, or does it tell us there's a fault? I can't recall. I read those instructions way long ago, but so this is now like pretty much a done deal. Next thing I'm going to do, I guess we'll do a final install on this. Put the screws in it everywhere. Tighten the screws on this side. Oh, dang it! I just remembered. I got more holes to drill. 2 holes here and 2 holes on this side that I'm holding off until I get my T's. So we're gonna have a T here and the line's gonna go right there. I may end up just notching or drilling a hole depending on how close we are to the end there. And that kind of also depends on where this thing is sitting in and out, right? So I gotta make sure we're in the right place up against the outside of the body out there. I got all my fittings. I was talking about those earlier. So I just got to get the new ferrules sleeves. So the sleeves that I bought are exactly what they should have been. The specs that I looked up on for PEX pipe indicated that it was 3/8 of an inch on the inside, and the sleeves I bought are 0.370, which is 5/1000 of an inch smaller than 3/8, so they should have fit. The only problem is the PEX is a little bit smaller than the specs that I got off the internet by 20/1000 of an inch. Jesus. So I just have to find where to get the sleeves that are the size of the ones I get from Lowe's and those fittings, and then I'll be able to hook up my PEX lines and we'll be good. Now, you know, hey, I've been going through a lot of aggravation with these freaking brass fittings, but I think it's worth it because I'll be able to disconnect every fitting. Every fitting will be like a union at the end of the PEX because all I gotta do is unscrew the nut, right? I think that's gonna come in handy for doing maintenance. And we're just hoping that they do seal as well as I think they're gonna seal.